7th graders. I am back today with two-step equations. So this is lesson 3.5 in your Big Ideas math book, the last lesson of chapter 3. In this lesson, we're going to take all of the things we've learned about solving equations and put them together into equations that have either 2 or maybe even 3 steps to solve them. Our steps are going to be the same. Our goal is to get the variable all by itself. The variable is the letter that stands for a number. To get the variable, like x, all by itself, we have to undo whatever's being done on the side of the equal sign that has the variable. Let's get started. In this first equation, x is our variable. That means to get x all by itself, we need to undo or get rid of plus 4.5 and times -3. Like we learned in class, you're always going to undo addition or subtraction before you undo the multiplication or division. It's sort of like doing the order of operations backwards. Let's try it together. So in this first equation, since they are adding 4.5, I'm going to subtract 4.5. Addition and subtraction are inverse operations. When I do that, whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side of the equal sign. When I say that, if your brain is thinking, I'm not sure what the two sides of the equal sign are, you could draw a line down through the equal sign to begin with, and it helps you to see that there are two sides to the equation. When I do this, that should cancel out and make 0. Let's make sure it does. 4.5 minus 4.5 really is 0, so I can cancel it out. If it doesn't equal 0, chances are you've made a mistake and you want to backtrack and try again. I'm going to write down what I still have. I still have -3 times x equals, and that's 15, or 15.0 if you want it to be precise. Now I have a one-step equation. We're back to where we were in lessons 3.3 and 3.4, just needing to get rid of one thing. In this case, I need to undo multiplying by -3. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide by -3. I usually, like you know, like to show division using a fraction bar like that. It's also called a division bar. If you prefer to use a plain old division sign, I'm okay with that too. -3 divided by -3 is 1x. That's what we wanted to have left at the end. We wanted to isolate the x. And x is 15 divided by -3, which is -5. Hope you can see that. Now that I know x is -5, I'm just going to make sure it works. -3 times -5 would be +15. +15 plus 4.5 is 19.5. The equation is true, my solution works, I'm correct. Let's move on to this one, which has the distributive property in it. We learned that the distributive property says a number being multiplied by parentheses gets multiplied by everything inside the parentheses. It gets distributed or passed out to all of those terms. -3 times x is -3x. -3 times 2 is -6. If this was a plus sign, I like to keep it that way. Helps my mind. For you, if you prefer to now write that as -6, remember, subtraction and adding a negative are the same thing. And that has to equal 15. From here, I have a two-step equation like the one we just did. I can draw a line down the equal sign if that helps me see the two sides, or I can proceed like normal. The opposite of adding -6 is subtracting -6, but remember, subtracting a negative, if you use keep, change, change, is actually the same thing as adding a positive. So if I think about why that works, this is -6. I need to make it equal 0. What would I put with -6 to equal 0? +6, because they're opposites. Whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of the equal sign. That's the golden rule of algebra. I'm left with -3x equals 21. Those are gone. I write down what I'm left with, a one-step equation. They are multiplying x by -3 in the equation, so I'm going to divide by -3. Stay with me, you're doing great. Those equal 1. We want that to happen because we want to be left eventually with 1x. 1x equals 21 divided by -3, which is -7. You with me so far? Last one. They're adding 7. I'm going to subtract 7. Don't be alarmed by this fraction. I always get rid of the addition or subtraction first. This says x divided by -5 is 3. 10 minus 7 was 3. The opposite of dividing is multiplying. And my solution is x equals -15. We'll keep practicing these in class together. You can do some practice on your own and come see me if you need extra help. Have a great day.